Are you one of the people who are just sitting there at home thinking to yourself that, oh my god, I am so lost in my 20s. I don't know what's happening. I don't know whether I'm coming or whether I'm going. I don't know if my life has a direction. I don't know what's happening with my life right now. Oh my god, I feel like dying. Oh my god, I feel like just giving up. I just feel like, you know what, life is so unfair. Guess what? You're not the only one. You are literally not the only one. You are not the first one to feel like this. You are not the last one to feel like this. There's a lot of us who feel the same way. So if you are really that kind of person, if you are that person, please stay tuned and listen to what I have to tell you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I go by the name of Tutu for those who don't know me, and for those who know me, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell with the title of the video, today I'll be doing a video based on feeling lost in your 20s. You're probably also asking yourself if it's normal. Is it normal to feel lost in your 20s? Well, according to what I've read and according to what I've seen, I think it is normal to feel lost in your 20s. As I said, you're not the only one who feels lost in their 20s, whether it's your early 20s, it's your mid 20s, or it's your late 20s. You're not the only one who feels lost, okay? Remember, you have to understand that us being in our 20s, it's a different type of feeling. It's a different thing. Everything, especially in your early 20s, everything is still new. You literally come from your childhood whereby you did not have any problems, you did not have any responsibilities, you did not have anything that was as stressful as things that are in your life right now. You know, you did not have any responsibilities, you did not have any financial problems, you did not have any, like, the transition from your childhood to being a young adult that you are right now, it's obviously going to be draining. It's obviously going to be overwhelming because there's a lot of things that are changing in your life. As I said, that financially things are changing. You're starting to discover yourself. You're starting to discover who you are. You're starting to realize that, oh my god, this is actually my reality. You're starting to understand your sexuality. There's a lot of things that are still new. That is all I'm trying to say. So obviously, if you're feeling lost, it is normal for you to feel lost in your 20s. It is normal to feel lost because of you are now getting into a world full of responsibilities, a world full of changes, a world full of realizations. Because of when you get into your 20s, that is the time where you get to realize a lot about you, a lot about people around you, and a lot about things that are just concerning you and the things that are also not concerning you, you know? So it is definitely normal for you to feel this way. Also, one thing I've also noticed is when we're in our 20s, we are bound to be depressed, and we shouldn't take depression lightly. You know, we shouldn't take anxiety lightly. But one thing I've noticed is we are the one who mostly self-inflict ourselves when it comes to depression. We literally put ourselves under depression. And now when I'm saying we, I'm including myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm including myself. Because we think so much, we try to control so much, we try to be perfect, and forgetting that we have to experience, we have to go through all these phases, we have to go through everything in order for us to understand, in order for us to value things. You know what I mean? We're trying so hard to be perfect, but we're not living in the moment. That is why we're feeling so lost. That is why we're feeling like there's no direction in our life. We don't know whether we are going or we are coming, because we're trying so hard to control everything. And most of the things are literally out of our control. You are trying so hard to live this idea that you have in your life, that life is supposed to be this way. You're trying so hard to live that idea of your life that, oh my god, my life is supposed to be this way. So because your life is not going as you idealize it, your life is not going as you think should be going, now you are stressed. Now you're feeling lost. Now you feel like there's no direction, because you have this idea of your life and how your life is supposed to be at the time right now, to a point that if your life is not like that, you're not going to entertain anything that is happening around your life. That is not saving your idea. You know what I mean? So just because of you not driving the car that you thought you were going to drive when you're 21, you're not living in an apartment that you thought you were going to live in when you're 25, you're not married by the time you thought you were going to marry at 26. Just because of your life is not going the way you thought, the way you imagined it, you just feel like, oh my god, I am so messed up. I'm so useless. My life does not have direction. Well, everything that is going on in your life, most of it is your self-infliction. You are sabotaging everything. You know, the reason why I'm talking like this, the reason why I'm saying the things that I'm saying is this is one of the things that I had to go through. You know, I'm talking from experience. I'm not just talking because of I see people going through. No, I'm talking from experience. There was a time in my life where I didn't accept the things for what they were. You know, there was a time in my life where I felt like, you know what, I'm not supposed to be going through this. Why am I going through this? My life is supposed to be this way. So why is my life not like this? I had this idea that my life is supposed to be this way. My life should be this way, or my life at this time in my life, it should be this way. Obviously, it's a good thing to dream. I mean, but one thing I've noticed is most of us, especially in our 20s, especially now more than ever actually, we're not very realistic. Like, we're not realistic. Now, if you go on social media, people feel like failures because of at the age of 24, at the age of 25, they're not staying in an apartment. They don't have a car. They don't have that dream job. When did it get there? Like, when did it get to a point where if you don't have the things that you imagined to have at the age of 25, you're a failure? When? Who literally put the timestamp that by 25 you should be, like, by 25 this is what you should have? Who did that? Who said by 25 you're supposed to be having this? Who said that? You see, the fact that we're living in another person's idea is what is fucking us over as, I don't know what to call us, as young adults. We have this idea that at this age in my life I should have this, and if I don't have that, I'm gonna feel like a failure. Why? Why are you putting yourself under so much pressure? Right now you are sitting at home, you are depressed, you don't know what's happening with your life, you feel like your peers are way ahead of you, but you're forgetting that we literally have different paths in life. Unfortunately, my friend and I can be the same, and when I mean by the same is we can go to the same school, we can go to the same varsity, we can get the same job, but it doesn't mean that our life is going to turn out the same way. You know what I mean? So this whole idea of us of thinking that, oh my god, my life is supposed to be this way at this age, at this time, it's just fucking us over. That is why there's a lot of us who are honestly depressed. That is why there's a lot of us who are suffering from anxiety, because of we're literally chasing perfectionism. Why are we chasing perfectionism? Why? Why are we not living in the moment? We are so focused in the future, we're forgetting to live in the moment. We're trying so hard to build for the future. Yes, as they said. Another thing, another men's idea. As the men said, use your 20s to build for your 30s, or your future rather. But why isn't it that you're not living? Because yes, fair enough, you want to prepare for the future, you want to be self-made, you want to, like, there's a lot that you want in life, obviously, there's a lot that we want in life, but we are literally forgetting to live in the moment. What I see is a lot of us, this generation, we're going to be sitting in our 30s, in our 40s, in our 50s, thinking, what is it that I did in my 20s? What is it that I did in my 20s? And none of us are gonna be like, actually, we enjoyed our 20s. You know why? Because of right now, everyone is just pushing for perfectionism. Everyone is pushing to have an apartment. Everyone is pushing to have a car. At the age of 21, someone feels, I know right now that there's one person who's 20 or 21 who feels like they're useless. Who feels like, hi, I don't have a car, I don't have an apartment, I still live under my parents' roof, which you should. Be realistic with yourself. You are 21. Especially like in South Africa. We know that at 18, that's when you're gonna leave high school. By 19, 20, 21, you're gonna go to varsity. Tell me, where the hell are you gonna get that car? Where the hell are you gonna get that apartment? You're still in varsity. Where the hell are you gonna get that car? Where the hell are you gonna get that apartment? That life, that idea that you have, who's gonna support it? Who's gonna sponsor it? So you're putting too much pressure on yourself, number one. You're putting too much pressure on your parents because of comparison. That is another thing, comparison. We are so good at comparing our lives, forgetting that we're different as people. You cannot want to compare your life to another person's life, not knowing what they go through, not knowing what it is that it took them to get to the life that they're living right now, you know. So we are gonna feel lost. We are, for the longest time, if we don't get to realize that we are the ones who are putting pressure on ourselves. We are the ones who are not accepting things for what they are. You know, there's a difference between accepting things and giving up, and accepting things and working on them. You know, the minute you feel like, oh, fuck, I'm in a taxi, I'm 25, I'm in a taxi, I have to wake up super early to go to work because I have to catch 2 taxis. Oh, my life is so fucked up right now. Right now, people my age have cars. Right now, people my age live in apartments. Right now, people my age are living a good life. They're traveling. Do you know what it took for them to get to live that life? You don't know. But here you are, putting pressure on yourself. You don't know what they had to do. You don't know how they're making money. You don't know who their parents are. You don't know where they're getting the money from. But here you are, sitting right now at your place, sitting at school, sitting at varsity, sitting at work right now, putting too much pressure on yourself. Why are you doing that to yourself? Why are you doing that to yourself? You compare your life so much to people around you. Comparison is literally gonna kill you. It's gonna cause stress. It's gonna cause you stress. It's gonna cause you depression. It's gonna cause you anxiety. You're gonna end up having a heart attack. Because you're not focused on your life. You are focused on other people's lives, thinking, how is it possible that this one is living this life? I mean, we're doing the same things. I mean this, I mean that, I mean that. Why is she getting this? And why am I not getting that? Fix your heart, number one. Fix your heart, number one. As I said, that comparison is a killer of joy. Guys, our 20s are supposed to be, I feel like our 20s are supposed to be the time in our life, or rather a phase in our lives where we just having fun. Like, honestly, having fun because of, yes, we are chasing a career. Yes, we are discovering ourselves. Yes, we are traveling. We are doing a lot of things, but we should also have fun. You know, like, we are taking this thing too serious. And that is what causes us to be depressed. That is what causes people to end up putting themselves under debt. You know, because of you want to make it. You want to make it by 20. You want to make it. You want to be self-made millionaire by 25. Is that a reality? No, think about it. Is that reality? Don't tell me about luck. Don't tell me about people who come from wealthy families. Don't tell me about people who have generational wealth. I'm talking about you, a normal person. Does that make sense to you? By 25, you are a self-made millionaire. Or by 25, you have 5 cars. Make it make sense. Remember, these are the stages. You are still in high school. That's you. By 18, you should be out of high school. You're out of high school. Well, obviously, people take different courses. They do different things when after high school, right? Yes. So by 18, we already know that you're supposed to be out of high school. Sharp. You get out of high school. You're gonna go to varsity 19, 20, 21. Sharp. By 21, you're done, right? So you're gonna work 22, 23, 24, 25. So it's gonna take you 4 years not to be a millionaire. 4 years to be a millionaire. When we have a lot of people that took them years. Like, when I say years, I mean it could also be decades. Decades is literally so many years, like it's 10 years. It can take a person to be a millionaire in 10 years, 15 years. Where Namabena, you want to be a millionaire by 25. I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's literally possible, but it's not realistic. It is not realistic. It is literally not realistic. You can be a millionaire at the age of 25, even younger than that, but it's not a realistic thing. It's not our reality. As I said, that don't tell me about people that have generational wealth. Don't tell me about people who come from wealthy families. Don't tell me about people who are doing illegal things. I'm talking about a normal person who went to high school and varsity and then they started their career. That's not a reality. So if you're sitting right now at home thinking that you are a failure, change your mindset. You're not a failure. Yes, things are not going to go as planned. That's why you're supposed to take risks. Things are not going to go as planned. You have to accept the fact that things are not going to go as planned. And if things are not going as planned, that's where you should make changes. You must embrace the changes. So guys, I have decided that this will be the end of the first video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split the video into two, because I feel like this one is way too long, and if I post the whole thing it's gonna take more than 30 minutes. It can even be up to an hour. So I just want to split this because it's already 16 minutes, so I think it makes sense for me to split both of the videos just to make them two instead of one. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, please don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.